Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome, folks. Today, the Hungry Gamer is back with another episode of the monthly menu, and this one we are looking at the month of October, going from October 15 to November 15. And before I jump into all the nonsense, this is where I want to take a moment to thank my channel members. Currently, we have Dead Alive Games and Don Gilstrap, so thank you guys very much for helping the channel grow and helping me get to conventions and all of those things. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, you can do so for as little as 99 cents. Just click on the join button just below the video. You can check that out. Now, jumping into last month's picks. So, we started with The List, and yes, we did knock one off the list, though it's a little bit unfair because just after I finished recording the video last time, my wife said, "Oh, I really want to add this one game to the list." And so we added one to the list, and that's something we actually played. So we actually played a game of Factory Funner, which was a gift my wife got for her birthday, and she's been looking forward to playing it for a long time, and we got it out there, and she just waxed me. Totally waxed me in the game. But we did knock something off the list. Next one was Hellboy, and nope. I did do a lot of painting on it, but did not break it out at all. I wound up playing far fewer games this past month than I usually do, just because of work and travel and all those kinds of things, so didn't get to it at all. Next on the list was Asking for Troubles. That is the one that I said I felt pretty confident because I was going to be hanging out with the designer, and yes, we did get to knock one of those out. However, I will say we almost didn't get to, because I went down and I knew that Peter Vaughn had a copy, and so I didn't take mine. I get down there, and he brings the game in, and there was all kinds of pieces missing from it. It's just, they weren't in there. They were out in his house because he had an old version. He was mixing new upgrade stuff in there, and he didn't do the whole thing. And the whole thing was a silly, ridiculous mess, but with Peter going home and getting some stuff, and us kind of proxying in some other things, we did manage to play, and we did manage to play with one of the expansions, and I'm just getting ever closer and closer and closer to being able to cover that game. Really, really enjoying the game. So silly, so fast, just a great, light worker placement game. Really enjoyed it. Next one was Stars of Ikarios, and nope, just like Hellboy, did not even come close to getting another dungeon crawler back out to get it onto the table. It's still high up on my list of things I really want to do. I really want to knock out the next act, but just hasn't happened yet. And then the last one is Revive, and that's one that, well, I was excited to play, and I did get to play it again. I actually got to play a 3-player game this time, and really had a good time with that. Really itching to dive into the mini campaign. I've only played several times now, solo, not solo, with just the core, but I'm really itching to dive into that 5-game campaign where you're adding more and more the additional mechanics that come when you moving into my most played games of the month. And we'll start with, as always, with number 5, and the bottom of the list is Unconscious Mind, which is actually crushing it on Kickstarter right now. This is a game, this is a worker placement tableau building game with some little bit of hot rondel action, where you are one of Freud's contemporaries and kind of meeting at Freud's little coffee talks, and this before Freud was Freud, and you're talking about dreams, and you're helping patients kind of understand their dreams and heal, and there's a whole, but check out my video, okay, because there's so much stuff going on, I can't explain it quickly. There's a lot of stuff going on. Got to play it digitally with a lot of people, got to play it I'm multi-handing it myself a few times, that's why it's kind of on number 5 on the list, but it's just one that kind of came in at the bottom of the list here as far as numbers of times played, though of course now I'd be playing it again anytime soon because I sent off the prototype to somebody else. And number 4 is another one that is a prototype, but it's almost a full copy, and this is one that's hitting Kickstarter in just a couple of weeks, and that is Shake That City from AEG. This is a city building game where you are adding different tiles to your city, be it factories or roads or shops or whatever, and they all score differently based on their positioning in relationship to each other and to the sides of the board and all of those kinds of things. But the kind of key conceit to it is you have this little shaker that you shake it up, you put it down, you squeeze it, and when you pick it back up, there will be a random layout of 9 different cubes, and you're using those cubes to determine what you can put into your city. It's a very light game, very easy to understand, and it's one that has a gimmick. It's a gimmick, this shaker thing, but it's a fun little gimmick, and it actually makes the game faster, so it's a gimmick that I like. Then moving into number 3, we've already heard about this game before, and that is Revive. This one, again, played it several times and really digging it. You're kind of trying to bring the world back to life. I don't know that you really get a lot of the theme out of it, but man, mechanically, it's just a lot of fun as you're exploring the land, as you're building your habitations and you're building your buildings and whatever it is that you're doing is you're kind of spreading out and you're getting new workers that are going to work for you and just placing them and powering up your machine and just, again, really high on it. Haven't played it enough to really know for sure how much I like it. I just know I like it. Then number 2 is The Loop. I've talked about this game quite a bit. This is probably my favorite pandemic style game. Now, there are some others out there that I haven't played enough to really decide if they are also on that list and in contention. I have The Spill that I haven't played enough yet. I just backed Tesseract on Kickstarter, which I'm super excited about, but right now The Loop, I just love the way it works. I just got the latest expansion, and you should be able to check out my video on that expansion sometime very soon, but I'm very high on The Loop. I love the art style. I love the way it plays. I love if you stop and read the cards. It's just fun, it's funny, and it's hard. It is a hard game. No joke, hard. And it's satisfying every time because you always feel like you're gonna win. Oh no, you're gonna lose. Oh, you're gonna win. And then suddenly you lose, or maybe you win. And it's just really good. I really am in love with this game, The Loop. And that brings me to the number 1, my most played game, which was yet another prototype, and another one that I no longer have, and that is Empire's End from Brotherwise Games. Going to be hitting Kickstarter very soon. And this is one where it's a little bit of space base meets No Thanks, where you have your empire set out, and every couple of turns a disaster is going to hit. It's going to burn down a section of your empire, or you can pay different resources to send it on. It's a blight, so you can pay some food and you can send it to the next person. It's their problem. And they can also pay food to send to the next person, around and around. But at some point, you're like, oh, that's a lot of stuff on there. I'm just going to take all that stuff. I'm going to deal with the disaster. And you'll take the disaster card and power up another portion of your empire while you do it, though that one thing's going to be burned down. And it's just a quick game where it just has this really delightful moment as you're watching people try to figure out how they want to deal with what's coming to them. They know they shouldn't let their empire burn down, but it might actually be way beneficial to let the empire burn down because you can get this power and you're going to get all these things there. It's just very clever. I'm very high on it. That should be coming to Kickstarter quite soon. Now, looking at my picks for next month. 5 games I'm hoping to play. First off, as always, The List. Got a lot of games on that list. Want to knock some off. Next one is Merchant's Cove. I haven't played it in a while. My brother, who also loves the game, he's coming out to visit, so hopefully get a game with him. And I have a print and play version of the final new merchant that they have in the latest Kickstarter, the Johnny Pack Game Maker one. And so I have a print and play of that. Johnny's going to teach me how to do it, so I'm going to actually get to play that one, make a little video about that merchant as well. So very excited for Merchant's Cove. Next is Revive. I want to play more. I keep talking about it. I want to play more Revive. So done. Talked about that. Next would be Hellboy. Again, I just want to get it back to the table, and I'm hoping again with my brother visiting, maybe I can do that because Hellboy, unlike most of the dungeon crawls I have, is a one-off. You play one, you're done. So hopefully I'll be able to get that to the table. Again, it's just a very cool game. I'm very high on it. And the last one is Feudum. And this is one that I'm working my way up to doing a solo video, but it's just a lot. It's a lot to play, it's a lot to teach. But I'm hoping to get another game of it in, or maybe 2 games of it in, and then finally move into playing solo. Because I think I like this game, but I just don't know yet. Haven't played enough, and I really need to play with people who have played before to really grok what's going on, really grasp how everything works together. But It's a cool game. It does a lot of unique stuff, so I'm pretty excited by it. So there you have it, folks. That is the monthly menu for October. And as a reminder, if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy what I do, consider becoming a channel member down there at the bottom. Check it out, see all the perks, whatever, it's there. And as always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.